could in fact be hanging, but his pawn here is hanging. So he played king to h1, which was suspicious. I was like, okay, the guy's gonna leave his pawn hanging. I'm gonna take it because my pawn on d4 is like extremely weak. His pawn on e6 is weak, but I know that I'm gonna lose my pawn on d4. So this is the point in the game where I thought the longest, but definitely just took the pawn on e6. And I'm like, okay, we're going to be playing an endgame because there's going to be a lot of trades happening due to this pawn on d4. Queen to d7 was a nice move, which attacks my rook. And then again, all his pieces is attacking d4. So I know I'm going to lose d4. So no need to think about playing anything like rook e4, especially since my rook is unprotected. I need to just pull my rook to the back rank, which is what I did. And this is where a bunch of trades is possibly to happen. So he took, I took, he took with the queen. And like personally, I didn't want to trade the queens because I don't want to draw, I want to win. And this was where I'm like, okay, this game is just drawn. It's literally just drawn. But I'm like, you know what? We're in the end game. King needs to be active in the end game. I'm gonna win this guy in the end game. That was my plan. Took up my queen just in case. Have to ensure that you have your queen because once the time start ticking down, you don't want to be looking for the queen. Now he plays f5. Wasn't expecting that move, but now his pawns are looking a bit suspicious. Like his pawns are a bit too advanced. We're in the end game. The goal is to attack pawns, so I immediately attack his pawn. So he took, I took, he took, I took, and then he quickly played rook to g5. I was like, whoa, have a look on the evaluation bar. I was like, whoa. This was where I started thinking. Because if I'm not careful in this king and pawn endgame, I could actually lose. But I have 3 versus 2 here. His king is all the way over here. All I need to do is take the rook, roll the pawn up the board, and once his king tries to run towards my pawn, I run my king towards his pawn over here. This is the fox and the chicken coop technique. So I took it, and again, we're in the end game. Pass pawns must be pushed. Hopefully, you guys know about the fox and the chicken coop technique. So I roll the pawn, and his king is currently not in the square, so he has to take my pawn en passant. Like there's no thinking about it. So he took the pawn, I take back, and then he's getting his king in the game. I also got my king in the game. He got his king in the game. And now we don't need to rush. It's king activity is crucial. Now my king is active. His king is active. The goal is to roll the pawn. His king has to catch the pawn. And then I run to his. So rolling the pawn, he pushes his pawn and then he blundered. You see it on his face? He blundered. He pushes and then I push. I have 2 pass pawn. There's nothing he could do. So he resigns.